Good morning, sports fans. Welcome to the Cheap Seats. I'm Scott Kirby, along with Jake, the furniture guy, Johnston, and Santa Claus.
And we are back.
That was pretty funny. You're a pretty funny guy.
Got the beard going on.
So I said the red.
Getting in that.
Just for men red. Just in the beard area.
Yeah.
So
I had all red on last night. I look like Santa Claus,
Epic.
I think.
That's Joe Ryan.
Fooled some kids.
It's been a while, Joe. We had a shortened show last week because of Mother Nature. Pushed your guys' game to Saturday. And then a week before, we had to cancel the show. We had some scheduling conflicts. But third weekend of the season of regular football.
I've been in a contract holdout. I don't know what you guys. Is that what you guys are? Is that how we're spinning this? Oh, okay. I'm good. Are we live?
We are live.
And we're back.
Trying to cover for you. And, they kind of ripped that contract up. And
There's been some
we don't
negotiations.
even know why you're here.
I've had a lot of interest from some other radio stations across the country.
I'm sure you have.
that's what Joe and I were both doing last week. We were kind of holding out.
Holdouts.
Well, I'm glad you're back. It was the Kirby and Kirby show last week. It was a big hit.
And that's why Joe and I are back.
That was loud.
That was really loud.
Real loud.
Thanks,
That's
Jim.
good stuff.
That's Jim Berkey. Jim Berkey Trucking. But we are in front of Jake's Furnishings. Cool Saturday morning, but it's not raining.
Nice.
It is. The
Really
sun's shining.
beautiful.
What do you got going on here today, Jake? You always have some kind of deals. I know you got a couple of recliners in there for
You were checking
really
out. You were
cheap.
drooling on them recliners.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. Really, because you fell asleep.
You have your gal come buy you one of those.
You know what? The money he saved this morning at Grau Chevrolet.
Yeah, we got to
I
give them a
believe he
plug.
could. I believe he could afford one of these recliners. We actually have a oversized recliner, really plush. Scott Kirby was checking out earlier for $269.
$269 for
Really?
a recliner.
Yeah.
might go in and get it.
Menards has the exact same one at $350 on sale right now.
Wow.
So just to give you an idea,
And that's their sale price.
That's their sale price. So
Yeah, it's if you guys, listeners, if you guys go out of town to buy furniture, don't. Because that's a
just stop yourself.
Is that a threat?
He said. He said just stop
don't.
yourself.
It's not a threat, but Jake has anything that you could want here. If you come through his showroom, you can barely move through because there's so much furniture. Not that he's not selling any, but he just gets new inventory all the time.
I keep packing it in, man.
And if they
there's
don't
a hole, I'll
have it,
fill it.
yeah, if they don't have what you're looking for, I'm sure you can order it.
Oh yeah.
This guy can do anything.
He can do it all.
He
Good
can
stuff.
do backflips.
I'm going to check out
You
that.
know what? I was actually
recliner.
checking out a friend of mine and his wife running down the road. I'm thinking to myself, I can't do that
Oh,
Right now?
right now. No,
Oh.
I couldn't run that far. I know how far they run.
We could play Frogger.
It's Donnie Isles and his wife.
Oh,
I can't.
Well, yeah, that's out of control.
I know where they live, and I'm mapping out their run, and I'm like, no, I can't do
man,
that.
that's
No.
kind of spooky.
Not that we can't. We don't want to.
You're stalking them. You know where they live, and you're mapping them
well,
out.
I pretty much sell to
That's a little bit weird.
the majority of the population, I would say, of Lincoln and Logan County. So, yeah, I know where quite a few of them live. And I sponsor his son in his little go-kart racing.
Nice.
I say we have Frogger races right here. Just bing, bing, bing. First
Yeah.
guy going, Lloyd.
Go.
Lloyd is up. Lloyd's up. He's all dressed up in his Buccaneers.
Got his Buccaneer gear on.
He's ready to go.
Go Bucks.
He loves that McCown. They're glad that's a good pickup there.
Yeah. He was our punter for 10 years. The Cardinals. Now he's your quarterback.
The holder.
McCowan.
He's holder.
He will eventually kill you guys.
We'll talk some NFL a little bit later. We do have our fantasy football draft going on today at 1 o'clock at Logan Lanes.
Today at 1 o'clock. Big prizes.
Big
Still like
prizes.
last year.
It was confirmed today. P&M will be donating a TV.
Nice.
Jake will be doing something. Don't know what yet.
We're coming up with some furniture.
He'll work on it. We got several months to figure it out. There's still a few spots open, so listeners, if you want in, show up at Logan Lanes around 12:30, 12:45. We're going to try to get started around 1. We do have some spots open. And I don't know how many teams right now. Right now we're looking at about 6, 7 teams. I'd like to get up to 10.
Yeah.
But if we only have 6 teams, those rosters are going to be loaded.
Yeah.
And
I tell you.
but we're going to do it even if we have 4 teams. I know we have at least 5 or 6, but come on out. If you're not sure what you're doing, just come out and watch. There'll be football games on TV. We're going to be in the main bar area, order some food, hang out. You know, you were saying they have the best sodas around.
Oh,
it's like
good. Heroin, liquid heroin.
Liquid heroin.
Yeah.
It's just like syrup.
Yeah, if you have one, awesome. You'll have another one.
You will. But yeah, come on out, get you a cold beverage, something to eat, talk some football. If you've never done one before.
Just say that's the thing. It's makes you watch football in a different way.
It does.
You know, that's the cool thing about fantasy.
It does. And
I'm surprised one of my employees, Teresa Rickens, wouldn't be out there for it.
Tell her to come out.
Yeah.
But, you know, I've known several people that this is their first year doing it. And once you do it that first year, you're hooked. It's you know, Joe knows.
Absolutely.
He knows.
How many leagues are you in, Joe?
I'm just in 2.
You're just okay.
It. Yeah. And but I've been in several, you know, in a long time. Yeah, fantasy football's fun.
It is fun. And like Jake was saying, you're going to watch a game that you really could care less, but you have people playing.
Yeah, you have people playing.
And you're watching that game the entire night. You're like, oh, man. Like Thursday night, I had Antonio Brown.
Yep.
And, you know, he goes out and gets hit in the head, and he's out, and I'm not worried. I'm wanting him to get back on the field. I don't care what the score of the game is.
Well, in a lot of different leagues, you know, you draft a defense, so, you know, you may be picking up the 49ers defense, so you may be watching every 49ers game you can possibly watch just so you can see how they're playing.
All of a sudden, you're a Niner fan.
That's exactly. At least their defense. The offense, okay, let's score.
And if you're a fantasy football, you know, fanatic, you got to have DirecTV, the NFL package.
What is that shameless plug?
It's fantasy football. You can't.
If you enjoy Comcast and their
well, they don't have
services.
the ticket. I mean, you're going to watch. They have games.
They have internet service too. I mean, pick up the NFL stuff on there.
I'm sorry,
that's true. I'm just saying, throwing out these promotions and they're not paying our bills. Yeah, get them on board. You get them on board, and I'm good with it.
I'm going to start plugging some other furniture places if you don't chillax.
I think we've already discussed this.
And we're going to go to a break.
Okay, and we're back.
Time out.
Hey, you know what? How bad would it have been if, if Ray Rice hadn't been suspended the first 2 games? You would have picked him up. I mean, he would have been a first-round draft.
No, well, he was still up there in the draft because people thinking it's only 2 games. I can get away with 2 weeks, but then Ray Rice is coming back. Well, now these guys are dropping him.
Oh, yeah. And you would have wasted a high draft pick on him. I know that.
How high of a draft would he have been?
I bet he's in the first couple rounds.
Yeah, he'd probably been
pretty solid.
A late 2, early 3.
I was saying 4 at the earliest. Well, I mean, because I'm thinking now it's more of a quarterback league. You need a quarterback right off the get. And then you go top tier. I don't think he's top tier running back anymore. He's after last year.
Well, you know, and
I mean that's arguable, I guess.
It's arguable. Think AP is?
AP?
He was.
Oh yeah, he was.
There's some draft picks wasted there.
Right. And for those of you that are maybe out of the loop, live under a rock, you know, Ray Rice was. How do you put that? He knocked his fiance out. Was arrested.
Wife now
at a casino, and they have video of him punching his then fiance, now wife, knocking her out cold, dragging her out of the elevator.
Yep.
So
he was actually pretty gentle about dragging her out too.
Oh yeah. He even picked up her shoe.
Yeah.
You know. Bless his heart. Yeah.
Knocked her out of her shoes.
Yeah, and then the NFL just blotched the whole deal. You know, they suspend him 2 games. They say they never saw the tape. I'm hoping that's true, because if they saw that tape and only suspended him 2 games, you're hoping
it's true, but you know for a fact it's not.
Yeah, I don't know. But
have you guys ever been to a casino?
Yeah, there's cameras everywhere.
There's cameras everywhere, and they know that tape was there.
Yeah.
I just can't believe them. And I'm an NFL guy, but they had to know that tape was there.
Well, you know, the women's groups, which.
Well, I don't know.
They're wanting Goodell to resign or be fired.
USA Today, female fans stand behind Rice.
Why?
I'm wondering the same thing.
Why? Because he's a football player, and they're allowed to get away with that. I believe it, and this is my opinion. Our society has gotten a little soft on a lot of issues. In certain ways, like, that kind of thing. This shouldn't be acceptable in any way, shape, or form. Now, why? If you don't want to have an opinion about it, fine. But why would you stand behind somebody that just did that? And not only did that, it's on film. You're lucky the girl doesn't have brain damage. I mean, her head probably bounced off the bar. It looked like in the elevator, which probably is what actually knocked her out.
But
I bet Ray can pack a pretty good punch.
Well, yeah.
Gave her a little left jab.
I don't know how anybody could stand behind that, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, no,
I'm sure they're from obviously they're from Baltimore, and they support their Ravens. And you see that picture, and you see Rice jerseys. And right now, the NFL, they took all the jerseys off market, and then I think Baltimore is doing the same thing that they did for Aaron Hernandez with New England. You bring your jersey back, they'll either give you a different one or give you your money back or something along the lines, which that's great. And
it traded in for an old Ray Lewis jersey.
Well, while we're on the subject,
Ray.
Well, what's Adrian Peterson?
I think we should go to a break.
No, now he's in some hot water for.
It's not good.
It's not good, and we talked a little bit off air, and that's what he did to his child. For people that aren't in the loop, beat his kid with a switch, not once, not twice.
I wasn't laughing at that. I'm laughing at Jim over here.
No.
He's going to try to
swatting flies.
We need a few more cords.
There we go.
But then AP comes out and does this, and this has got to be a step. We were talking earlier. You think it's a step up?
I think that's the next step. I think it's worse.
Worse
than sure. It's all bad.
For one, it says, I believe that Ray Rice's wife probably had verbal combatants going on, and they were going back and forth. I bet when you're talking about a child,
a defenseless child against a man,
he's like the next step above that. I mean, he's genetically a freak. That's pretty unfortunate to see that kind of punishment. And I've been whipped with a willow tree branch before.
But you probably deserved it.
I'm not saying I did. Honestly, I remember.
But not 15 times.
No, it was once, and if you missed, it'd be a second time. But it did. I mean, it's one of those things that you're like, I'm never going to do that again. But 15 times? And that's borderline torture.
That's rage. That's what you call rage, because after once or twice, it should register in your head that, okay, that's enough. And
especially like you were saying, you're walking to the tree
to get the switch.
Yeah. To come back. I don't know.
You would think within that minute or two, you would have time to cool down a little bit. But, they say these NFL players, we expect them to be violent on the field and then to turn it off like that when they're off the field. But come on. That's sickening.
And those guys can't have any stress in life, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
It's not like they owe bills or...
They don't owe bills.
The problem is they probably do.
Yeah.
But
that's another topic.
I just don't see how you could do that to your kid.
No, I don't either. So, you know
especially
what?
Wasn't, and this is my ignorance, I'm not sure if I'm right on this. At the end of last season, wasn't one of his kids killed in a domestic violence situation?
With his
son by his the mom and stepdad or whatever.
There you go.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, only two. How old is this kid?
That's pretty close to home.
This kid's he's older, maybe 10, I don't know, maybe 8.
I was thinking 6 to 8,
Yeah. Old enough, young enough to, when you're Adrian Peterson, you should be able to give your son a look, and that son should react like, oh crap, dad's mad.
Yeah.
And not take a switch to him. That's sickening. It makes me sick how somebody could do that to their kid. My opinion, he's out too.
Yep.
Kick him out of the league.
Right.
The NFL, they're all big on domestic violence, and this here's beyond that.
Child abuse.
That's just my opinion. I'm sure people are going to be, up in Minnesota. It's
not that bad.
You can't discipline your kid anymore.
Please don't take our franchise away from us.
But you can't beat him with a twig or a switch, whatever you call it. It just, and now we got to go to break here. I'm getting wound up.
You
about ready to drive up to Minnesota. It's just crap. Can you say crap on the air?
You just did twice.
Twice.
Before we go, should we mention the benefit next week?
Yeah, let's do that, Jake. What we got going on next week?
What is that?
We got bullseyes for, we can say this on air.
That's what I was told.
Bullseyes for boobies next week at
Boobs.
The Wishbone, the old VFW over there on 5th Street. Big benefit there. A lot going on that day.
Bullseyes for
boobies. All right, well, let's take a commercial break. Hopefully,
Coach McDonald's going to be here in a little bit. He's supposed to bring by maybe a couple kids, too. Okay. So.
All right, so let's take a commercial break. We'll come back. Coach Mack will be here. We'll talk some baseball. We'll talk some more NFL and
playoffs,
some high school football, all that good stuff. So stay tuned.
What's our phone number?
737-3791 if you want to call in. Give us a call. Phone lines are working this week.
If you have an opinion on any subject that we have
absolutely.
Brought up.
We want to hear some, this is just us three with opinions.
Scott's wanting to fight today.
I'm not going to fight him. You'd take a switch
you're ready
to me,
to bring
too.
it.
But, But we'll be back after these messages. You're in the Cheap Seats, 96.3 FM, streaming live on the web at WLCNonline.com.
I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass.
Jim's proud of himself about that. You see, look at him with a little smirk.
I was jamming to this last night. This is a good pick right there.
Yeah,
I like
that's a good one, Jim.
That's solid.
He is
on the J.O.B.
He's up in the times.
Yep.
He's all about current music.
Everything.
Welcome back to Cheap Seats. Scott Kirby, Jake Johnston, and Joe
chops.
Ryan. And we have a caller online. Go ahead, caller. You there?
Yes. I was calling about the reference to Adrian Peterson.
Yeah.
I don't really see the connection between what Ray Lewis did, knocking his girlfriend out in the elevator and dragging her down the hall, and Adrian Peterson giving his child a spanking on the rear with a switch. I don't get the connection there.
Well, the connection is just the outright violence, and it wasn't a switch on the rear. It was on his legs about 15 times. We're just trying to compare the violence of, NFL players. Not saying it's not in any other sport, but just the severity of the punishment. We thought was, you want to give your kid a spanking on the butt with your hand. Kids need discipline. I know when we were younger, it was all about the discipline, but to take a switch to this, I don't know how old, 8, 9-year-old kid 15 times in the front of his legs, not even on his butt. That's the point we're trying to make.
Well, I don't know. I'm 66. When I was a kid, a parent that didn't switch his kid was considered not a good parent, and political correctness is destroying our country. When my kids were growing up, the principal couldn't even give them a spanking. They'd send them to IBS, which they didn't mind. I got a spanking by my principal when I was in high school, and a couple of licks, and I don't even remember what it was for, but I didn't do it again.
Right, and hey, we agree on that. Kids these days, they've lost some respect for their elders, and some of them are a little bit undisciplined. But what we're talking about is,
I was going to say, but what if your principal would have hit you 15 times?
Yeah,
I didn't do that.
15 times, and not even on the butt. It was in the front of his legs.
And actually, there was a phone call to his mother that he was hit somewhere else that he apologized for.
Yeah.
That's
the point we're trying to make is the severity of it. Not that he was disciplining his kid, but just the severity of where he went.
You got to kick him out of the NFL because he took a switch to his 9-year-old child?
Absolutely.
And that's the other thing.
You guys are scaring me. I don't know what kind of world you're wanting, but you're not going to like it.
Well, like we said before, sir, we don't mind the punishment. It's just the severity of it. And this is an 8-year-old helpless kid that can't defend himself. A couple good licks on the bottom, hey, they get your point across,
Have you seen? Are there pictures of it?
Absolutely. Yeah, there's pictures of it online. Go to TMZ.com, and there's pictures of it, and it'll probably change your outlook on just to see the severity of it. And it, like I said, it wasn't on his butt; it was on the front of his legs, on his thighs.
And back to a point you made, you are correct. I think the world is in trouble because we cannot discipline our kids anymore. That's a huge problem in the world. You're absolutely right.
I go to school, and the kids that I have trouble with, are the kids whose parents think their little Johnny's a little innocent child.
Right. Oh, absolutely. And we're not saying that. I mean, you're absolutely correct on that, sir, about how, kids we just talked about it, how they don't show the respect. Like back when I was a dad, you never talk back to, an adult. You showed some respect, and you don't see that these days. And yeah, that's where we're, focusing on. But it's just the severity of it. And right now it's just a touchy situation just because of the other stuff going on in the NFL where, they're kind of looked up to as role models. I know they sometimes don't like to be in that spotlight, but hey, you're in the NFL making millions of dollars. You do something, it's going to be magnified. And they're going to make an example out of him. He knows he was wrong. He turned himself in last night, turned himself into the police department, and posted bond. He knows he was wrong, and I'm sure today he's feeling a lot of remorse. How could I do that to my kid? And that's all we're saying.
I don't think he has feel remorse. I think he thinks he's helping his kid.
Well, he might be. He might think that, and I don't know. That's just our opinion. It's just the way you want to bring up your kids. I know I would never take a switch to my kid. That's just me. But my kids are well behaved and show respect, so I never have to worry about that.
Yeah. Well, I've got kids kindergarten through 12, and they're all good kids. I don't. But the problem in the past have been with parents that just didn't want to discipline their kids. So I don't know.
Yep.
I think he's thinking about Ferguson. Don't want it to happen to his kids, but. Yep. Everything's turned upside down. What used to be right is now wrong, and what used to be wrong is now right. No,
I agree.
Yep,
it's definitely a different world, no doubt about it.
The media helps with that. Get everything out there blown up.
30, 40 years ago, there was no media. There was no internet. You could do something. There was no cameras. Now, with today, there's social media. There's cameras everywhere. And, that just...
there's one on us.
And I'll say... with this situation, I believe it'd be a different story if it was two marks.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I mean, if it's just a couple swats, I think in a way the caller's right. You discipline your kid. That may not be a form of discipline we would use, but I'm not saying as long as the punishment fits the crime. When you go and do it excessively is when it becomes an abuse situation.
Mm-hmm.
And that's,
I'm vocal for myself. I've known about Adrian Peterson since he was at OU, and he's a good person. I just hate to see him destroyed.
Well, yeah, and I do too. You never want to see that. I'm not saying get rid of him now, but just with the things that it's a touchy.
He's one of my favorite players in the NFL.
Oh, absolutely,
absolutely.
And he's never been in trouble before. It's not like he has a history of violence and stuff like that.
Does Ray Rice?
No, not that I know of. But
he's in school. That's his biggest problem. He's old school.
Yeah,
and maybe he did carry away. I don't know about that, but.
Well, I think they both can probably make a comeback going through the right channels and and donating their time to the right places and saying the right things and going to places and speaking about what they've done. Who knows? Both of them could be right back playing.
Yeah, give them a break.
Yeah. All right, thank you, sir. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, thanks for the phone call.
Absolutely.
All right, thanks.
Yep,
have a good day.
Have a good weekend. Yeah, and that's just, this is just our opinion, just a little local sports show. And,
I like the phone calls.
I love them.
You bring up the controversial topics, and I love people call in.
If phone lines are open, you want to call and talk about it?
We just happen to be the three ding-dongs that have the microphone. Call in and tell us stuff, man.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Yeah. What would you do out there if you had a Ray Rice jersey or an Adrian Peterson? Right now, Baltimore, they're saying bring your jersey in, we'll refund your money or give you a different jersey.
Yeah, I wonder what the Vikes do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The NFL is such a
The Vikings will not. They may suspend him for the year. I don't see them cutting him.
Yeah, I don't.
Does he play this weekend?
No.
They already announced that?
He's already suspended for this game, definitely.
I would
say probably the rest of the year. I don't know. That's just us.
I'd say it'd be right off the bat, minimum 2-game suspension.
But the NFL, they're under such scrutiny right now and under the microscope. They're probably going to take it to extremes because they blotched the Ray Rice deal. It's just, man. It's crazy.
Other people calling for Godell's head on this one. They want him fired.
Yeah, look what they did to Sean Payton back a couple years ago. They suspended him a whole year. He had absolutely nothing to do with what went on in that locker room. But Godell said, "You're the head coach." What did he say?
He's supposed to know what's going on.
I can't remember the phrase he said, but now Goodell's in the same boat.
Yeah.
And you know what? I don't know about. It's like I come back to the casino thing. Those guys. I'm not sure I believe Goodell. I don't. And I'm an NFL guy, but there are cameras everywhere in casinos. Mm-hmm. They knew that had to be there. Yep. I can't believe someone wouldn't.
They only got the outside version, not the inside version. Yeah.
I don't know. And you know what? He may rightfully so be, not rightfully so, but he may be looking at that whole thing going, gosh, this doesn't need to get out there. The NFL's, had got enough stuff going on and blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying it wasn't right, but sure makes him look bad.
Boy, I would have hated. Good thing they don't have the media like this back in the 80s.
Oh, absolutely.
That would have been.
It's a tough time to grow up if you're a kid right now. You got a lot of power with that little cell phone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a touchy subject, but let's move on to something more enlightening. You want to take a break?
It's that time.
All right. Jake wants to take a break. He's got to use the little boys' room, I guess, or something.
Give him that phone number. Yeah.
Phone number 737-3791 if you want to call. Talk about any issues, subjects, anything going around the community. Coach Mack's going to be with us hopefully here next 25 minutes.
Well, he doesn't have long, does he?
Yeah, so stay tuned. You're in the Cheap Seats on 96.3 FM. Gotta let it play out.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, where to begin?
Yeah.
We are North Americans, and for those of you
welcome back to the Cheap Seats. This segment of the show brought to you by Jake's Furnishings Sit and Sleep Sale.
That's right, folks. We're having a big sit and sleep sale at Jake's Furnishings, 11 Woodlawn Road.
Don't stand and sleep.
Sale, sit and sleep.
We'll sell you the whole chair, but you only need the edge.
You have a recliner in there, a leather one that I just set in earlier.
Thing's ridiculous, isn't it?
Oh, boy.
Has thermal touch operation.
Yeah, you got to try it out after the show. It's phenomenal.
It's pretty nice.
How much is it?
You're going to want it.
If you have to ask, Joe, you with your 16 Maui gym glasses.
I mean, you should buy one for us all.
I might get you guys something. This year for Christmas. Might get you guys
next week
something.
We're at a shop.
Huh?
We're supposed to be at his place next week, so
I might get you a little something. Coach Mack's whipping in right now, going 120 miles an hour.
Jeez.
The Avalanches.
He just about took out Lloyd. This just in, the Phillies won the World Series.
This just in.
Breaking news.
College football going on today. Well, we'll wait for Mac. We'll get him coming in here.
College football. How's Notre Dame in the rankings right now with the big stomping last week?
Beat the snot out of
it wasn't even
Michigan.
pretty.
All you Michigan fans out there, wow.
Yeah.
Could be a little bit of a rough year.
Got
Big
number
10.
6 Georgia at number 23 South Carolina. Wyoming at number 4 Oregon. Let's see, Illinois. They traveled across the nation to Washington.
How'd you like our Central State 8 boy doing last week?
I talked to Connor Schmidt last night. He was at our game, and he didn't travel with him to go to Washington this week, but they didn't leave till last night to play this morning. It seemed like those guys
Illinois?
would be tired. Yeah,
I thought they left Thursday.
I thought they would have left earlier, but they left last night.
Oh wow!
Seems like that would be tiring to then pop out and get on the game field.
All right, we got Coach Mack in with us. Good morning, Coach.
Morning, guys.
3 weeks into the season, you're finally on the show.
Well,
he's back.
And Joe gave me plenty of notice. He called me at about 8:45 this morning, or texted me at
It was
8:45.
before then.
I sent him a text like Thursday.
I forgot about it last night.
It was 8:44 to be exact when the text was sent.
Wouldn't it be automatic? The guy would know that.
Well, it's been
football season, and you come in on.
We had players coming in at 9 o'clock.
I'm sure Coach
to get
has
light workout.
Nothing on his mind right after a football game, other than the show.
The show.
Well played, Joe.
I didn't have anything going on.
We're gonna have to find another public relations guy because.
Well, hold on a second.
That's a failure.
I believe that all of you guys have these things called smartphones that you can text. And
I did.
everyone.
I texted you Thursday.
Whoa! They don't pay me to be the go-between. Well, I just worked that contract out with Jim. They don't give me a nickel to be the go-between.
Oh, well.
You can talk directly with Mac through texting.
Guest getter.
Well, I'm going to have to.
Guest getter. I got him. He's here.
Coach Mac has us blocked.
Well, Coach, thanks for coming in. Week 3 of the season. First week we had to cancel. We had some issues with everything. And then last week, Mother Nature kind of changed things for us. You got to play a Saturday game, and tough game last night. Lincoln held in there against Springfield High, and the outcome obviously wasn't what you're looking for, but it sounds like the kids played a good, solid game.
Yeah, they did. We were really proud of the effort. I mean, we could tell right from the start there was a difference in their focus and their eyes and their demeanor before the start of the game that looked like we were ready to really go out and play hard, and felt like we did. The guys came out ready to compete and did a lot of things well and competed very strongly throughout the entire game and never let down. We felt like and had a few occasions where we had too many penalties at some bad times that hurt us, and I think that turned to be the difference in the game.
So, boy, it was a cold one, wasn't it? That was football weather.
Felt nice, great.
Cold and rainy.
Great, yeah.
You have your shorts on? And
I didn't have shorts on, no.
We're getting older. We put pants on now.
Oh, okay. Well,
were field conditions pretty good last night with all the rain and everything we had?
I think they were fine. It was a little bit soft, but it didn't affect the game, I don't feel. I mean, there was a couple slips. But that can happen on a dry field too. So I think it was in pretty good shape. Grass is thick.
Now, did you have a full crew last night? Because I know the first 2 games you had several key players missing for injuries and other issues. Did you have a full crew last night? And people don't understand that during the week you're going to lose a kid here and there, and you got to plug other kids in that not necessarily had a whole lot of work at that position.
Yeah, we were back to I would say a fuller strength last night than obviously what we weren't the first 2 games. We're still not back to where we would hope to be.
Week 1 and 2, 12 kids. We were missing 12 kids.
There were 12 starting positions. Some of those guys were dual starters. So
that's a huge hit.
Oh, that's half your starting lineup in the first couple of weeks. So
you're plugging in sophomores to fill in positions, and if you have to, and they're not necessarily ready for that varsity level, but you don't have a choice.
Yeah, and we're shuffling a few guys around to some different positions. We asked some guys, a couple guys, to switch to different positions that they had not played before, and so they're having to kind of relearn it and just go out there and be a player, and was very proud of the attitude that they showed doing that and the effort that they put forth in it.
Absolutely. Got a caller?
We got a caller. We got the Iceman coming up talking to us.
We got the Cook who come behind us. You're going to block. People want to see us.
They want to see your pretty face.
Can't be blocking the celebrity here.
I don't know where I was going.
We got Will Cook in with us. Good morning, Will.
Morning.
How'd the game go last night? Did you have any catches?
Yeah, I don't know the exact number, but I had a couple catches.
One long one. If you were a little quicker, you score on, right?
Yeah.
He had 100 yards receiving last night.
Okay. And in a rain, wet field, that's pretty good. So Isles getting you the ball?
Yeah, Garrett's throwing the ball well.
Has he got any strength behind that? Does he whip it in there?
Oh, yeah, he's starting to get some strength. Like last year he didn't really, but I think he's got a lot more this year.
He's a southpaw, isn't he?
Yeah.
So is that a little different coming from a left-handed quarterback than a right-handed?
Yeah, it's definitely a lot different.
And in what ways? Can you elaborate?
Well, I would have played on the right side if he was right-handed because that's his stronger arm, but I'm playing on the left instead. And I don't know, that's about it.
Tell us about your big play last night. You got one, made a move, zipped around a guy. What was 60 yards?
It was 74, I thought.
Our statistician said 63.
63. I was right on top of that. And you buzzed down the sidelines going about at what speed, you think?
I don't know. 2 miles an hour.
And that guy came and caught you from the other side of the field.
Yep.
I thought you were going to score. Where did they get you, at the 5?
Yeah.
Somewhere in there?
Yeah.
You're pretty talkative in the morning, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
He's not a morning person, but we're glad you're here. How'd you feel the game? How's the team as a whole, your camaraderie? You guys get along?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, that's good. That's a key thing. You want your team to get along, and no pointing fingers, is there?
No, we all thought we played hard and did what we could.
You having any fun?
Yeah, we did.
Now, how many seniors you got on the team this year, Coach? I know he's probably one of the leaders.
We're at, I think as of now, I think we're about 14.
14 seniors. Okay.
14 seniors, and Mr. Cook here's the captain.
Captain, Mr. Hands. You play defense too?
Yeah, I play corner.
Corner. You got any big hits yet this year?
Not really.
No.
Got a pick last night.
Got a pick?
Yeah, big pick.
Will's become a lot more physical player these last couple of years. He's much more aggressive and coming up on the run defense, and he's typically been a pretty quiet guy, even though he's quiet right now.
Yeah,
but
he's
this year he's really stepped up, and he's showed a lot more leadership out there, and he's been more vocal with the other guys and the other guys. So been real proud of what he's been showing us this year.
Good deal.
I think he's done an excellent job at wide receiver and corner. You know, I mean, he knows the game. Of course, you know, from basketball, he's an athlete. He finds the ball a lot, gets involved. You know, some kids just have a knack for it. I think Will's got that knack. Finds the ball and gets involved.
Good deal.
Go give a shout out there to anybody?
Nah.
Where's Kunkel?
Oh no, he was supposed to be coming.
Kunkel's supposed to be with you. He's still in bed.
No, he was there bright and early. His birthday was yesterday, and
really. Well, happy birthday, Kunkel. Thanks for showing up today, bud.
Who's your favorite NFL team?
The Vikings.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wow.
We're not going there.
Yeah. We've already
Hey, they won.
on.
They beat the Rams.
Yeah,
they have more problems.
Yeah, they have bigger problems.
They beat the Rams. I don't know if I'd be too happy about that. Don't tell anybody.
Didn't you like the Rams?
Yeah, but the Rams aren't very good.
Yeah.
Well, their defense was good till now. You lose big Chris Long.
Yeah, you lost Long too. Yeah.
So, all right, so who you got coming up? Eisenhower.
Yep.
They're probably maybe similar to the Southeast as far as athletic, or you know what kind of team?
Yeah, I would expect. Like? I mean, yeah, we haven't seen them on film yet, but you know, we go in every week, just 1 week, one game at a time, and everyone's going to be a tough challenge. But we have to be at our best. You know, starting on Monday at practice and film, and throughout the week, and hopefully perform our best on Friday night.
Hey, there's Kunkel.
We'll hand that mic over. We'll talk. You going to give a shout out to anybody?
Mom and Dad, Max.
And here comes Kunkel. Look at him smile.
Kunkel. Happy birthday, Kunkel.
Thank you.
18?
Yeah.
Yep. He wants to sing to you?
No, that's all right.
We already did that.
Kunkel had some big linebacker hits last night. He was bringing the wood last night.
Yeah?
He was stuffing the middle.
So Kunkel, he's another senior as well, one of the leaders on defense. You play offense too, don't you, center?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Captain.
You and Isles are pretty close.
Yeah.
Except for one time last night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little fumbled
Did
snap.
you really do it?
I don't know.
I couldn't tell either, but that guy picked on us a little bit there, Mac. We won't talk about it.
Right.
No, Kunkel does an excellent job, as Coach Mack can jump into offense and defense. Yeah. Never really comes off the field, do you?
No.
It's good. How many tackles you have last night?
I don't know.
A lot.
He had quite a few. He had some of those good middle linebacker, just form fit tackle, stuff the guy in the hole, and played a great game last night. Big part of our defense.
While you're here, because I don't know if you'll come back again if you get out of bed. You guys have any future plans to play football next year at college?
I don't know about Will, but I'd like to, but it's not really my top priority as far as college right now.
Right.
It's just, but if I can, I'd definitely love to. Yeah.
Okay. Will, you?
I mean, I'd like to, but I don't think I'm going to.
I know it's still early in your senior career, but. You know, we may not talk to you again. Just kind of. Yeah. You guys plan on going to college?
Yeah. Yeah.
But you're going to be a chef.
You're going to be a chef?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Have his own Italian restaurant someday. No?
I don't think so.
just checking on you, Kunk.
Do you like to cook? Is that a joke around there or something?
I work at Gazzardo's, so
he's the main man over there at Gazzardo's.
So, yeah.
What they tell me.
Me never to eat there again.
Kunk knows what he's doing.
Kunkel in the kitchen. Kunkel's kitchen. Hey, that'd be a good.
There you go.
Be a good show for us. Kunkel's kitchen. You could cook while you're on air.
We'll have it right on this show.
Yeah, we'll film it. Kunkel's kitchen. PB&J.
Your buddies come in and eat. Or maybe not your buddies come in and eat.
Yeah, as long as they pay. I mean,
it's all about the money.
Well, Coach, just kind of looking through some games last night. A lot of close games. Is the conference kind of evening out a little bit. I know Rochester had a little trouble last night at the beginning of the game. And then Lanphier gave them a little bit of a scare early. And Chatham just squeaked by Southeast, I think, wasn't it?
28-14.
28. I mean, it was a good game. Obviously your Sacred Heart Griffin, they kind of beat up on Jacksonville a little bit. It sounds like Jacksonville might be down a little bit this year.
Looks like compared to the last couple of years, I mean, the last couple 3 years, they athletically have probably been equal, if not superior, to anybody else in our conference as far as just size, strength, and speed. And so maybe that's kind of run its course a little bit, and just aren't at the level where they have been. But they'll still be a strong football program. They love football over there and get a lot of kids out to play hard. But I think there's a lot of parity in our conference, and from year to year, it can be a matter of a difference of just a couple, 3 athletes, out there that can make the difference of whether they're, first, second place or 4th, 5th.
Well, Jacksonville's starting a new quarterback this year and moved Lonergan to wide receiver, and he's been out the first 2 games. So, I mean, they've been missing some kids too. I think they'll be, they struggle a little bit, but they're a good football team.
Oh, yeah.
Going in, obviously the first week we got 2 new teams coming in the conference. That's MacArthur and Eisenhower. MacArthur upsets a Chatham team, and I don't think anybody saw that coming. MacArthur coming in the Central State 8 and being like that, and you guys get that hungry, mad Chatham game week 2. But did people see that from these Decatur schools being, MacArthur being this good? Or
MacArthur, I believe, has been in the last 10 years has been a playoff caliber team. Probably I think 5 years, I believe. So they're right in the hunt for it. Most every year, kind of hit or miss, and so I know they got some. We've seen it on film, and they've got some big, strong, athletic kids over there. So they obviously they played a tough game against Chatham, and probably shocked a lot of people in doing that.
Supposed to tell you happy birthday from Nick Gazzardo. He said you probably might be getting a big raise. I don't know, like $3 raise.
You're not getting a raise from Nick, you know that.
Yeah, I just can't say that on air.
Oh.
He's riding around with the windows down again, just riding around. That's all he does.
Yeah.
Acting like he's busy.
Well, he could call in, say happy birthday to you, but
I don't think he has a phone.
He probably doesn't, and then not operate it.
He's not the modern technology, not Nick.
Well, guys,
I'd say you don't have to stand there. Yeah. You want to give a shout out to anybody? Why wouldn't you give a shout out to your mom? Your mom and dad cooked that big dinner Thursday night. You better tell them thanks. It was delicious.
All right. Well, I'd like to thank my parents for the dinner they cooked for the team Thursday.
No, is that so hard?
Oh, yeah.
No, not really.
Man.
Hold that
I hope they didn't get you anything for your birthday. Did they?
Not yet.
Well, I wouldn't either. Can't give a shout out. You don't get a birthday present.
It's probably on its way.
Yeah.
No, man. Nice job, Kunk.
We got all right. Thanks for coming in, guys.
Nobody? Your dad wants to hear his name out there. All right, thanks, boys. Nice job.
No, they don't. Nope. All right. Coach, you getting fantasy football at all?
No, I don't. No. I don't.
You ain't got time for that.
No, I got to drive to Warrensburg to junior high baseball and back down to Jacksonville for youth football today as soon as I leave here. So.
Oh, wow.
You got a gas card?
Why don't you give me one of those?
And you're driving out Avalanche.
You want to sponsor that for me?
Country insurance gas card.
Go get you a magnetic country on the side of your car.
I'll put that on there. You get me a gas card.
All right, I'm gonna look into that. I'm not sure we can get that today, but
not sure.
try to hook in with Jake on something like that.
He'll text you when he's got it.
I'll put one of your country hats on my windshield wiper and drive down the road like that.
Well, we're gonna need maybe a tattoo too somewhere. If you're looking for big money, it's going to be on your forehead.
Maybe one of them giant ball caps that goes on top of your truck.
Yeah, like Napa,
Yeah. Napa.
They have the big ball cap.
I know what you're talking about.
You need to be a visor. You don't wear a visor.
It's going to be a visor.
Big visor.
Joe Ryan Country Insurance.
Well, it sounds like you got a busy day today. Your kid in junior high?
Yes. Yeah, he's 6th grader.
Wow. Man, you're getting old.
Grew up too fast. So we got sophomore football. It's going to be starting here in 5 minutes. So.
Yeah, you got a full day ahead of you.
Coach's way of saying, I'm out.
Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and take off?
Hurry along. Do you have anything more for us? Is what he's saying.
Yeah. No, you're free to go whenever.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You probably didn't want to come in the first place. Listen to us, bozos.
No, that's all right. I enjoy being with you guys.
Good. Well, we'll see you next week after an Eisenhower game. We'll see you next Saturday.
Okay.
I think I'll just tell you now. Because
how about that?
I don't know where we're going to be yet. We're either Joe's or somewhere.
Okay.
But we'll see.
My office. We can fight through it. It's a little construction.
All right, we'll be up there.
There you go.
Good.
It's easy.
So we'll do it directly now. We can't.
We have to wear hard hats.
Guess what? I'm not out of nickel.
You're not.
Thank you, guys.
All right, thanks, Coach. That's Coach Mack, your coach of the Lincoln High School football.
Thanks, Coach.
Railers. Tough game last night, Joe.
Yeah.
You're tied there at 14-14 and late in the fourth, and the wheels just kind of fell off. But hey, as long as they go out and they give it all they have.
Those kids played well last night. That's hats off to them. They fought. We were down 14-0 at one time. They battled back, got in it, got a safety. But they played an excellent game. Just we had a few calls that went against us. We had, I believe, 2 touchdowns called back. And
that's all you can ask for. For those young kids listening right now, your parents, just make sure your kids go out and give it all they can. Yeah. And if they do that, we're going to turn this program around. Because I tell you what, our Lincoln Youth Football squad right now, pretty successful. I think our 7th graders are undefeated, and that's playing against some tough teams out of Springfield. I think they put a whipping on the Rams over there at SHG Field. So, whenever you can do that's pretty big. So our 7th graders are doing good. 8th graders, they got some big kids coming up. And, it seems like our numbers younger are huge, and as they get older, they kind of dwindle. Why that is, I don't know. Maybe they just lose interest in the sport. Maybe they're choosing between football, baseball, basketball. I don't know. But we have some great youth programs out there. 2nd and 3rd graders are doing well. I know our 5th graders are doing well. If anybody, we're about out of time now, but give us a call next week and let us know how these youth teams are doing. 737-3791, because obviously we can't get to every game and watch them. And, we'd love to talk about our youth program out there. So give us a call. Tell us.
See if I can get my brother a call in for the 4th graders.
Sure, if they'll zip us an email, too, that we can read off some stats.
Jay Boganic, 7th grade coach. Give us a call next week, because we only got about a minute left now. Let us know how your teams are doing, because people in the community want to know. They want to know what's coming up, how it's going, because they're always driving by the fields there on Eaton and see all these kids out there playing, and we'd just like to let everybody know how they're doing.
Another guy jogging for
Jake,
in case you want to check into him.
Go up beside him and just sprint.
Where are we going?
just for a
How far are we going, dude?
Let's go.
Come on, we got this.
You're hoping he's going down to Liberty Tax and back.
That's exactly right. All right, and turn.
Big football games going on this weekend. We've got a lot of college going on today. Football tomorrow. The Bears are at the Niners tomorrow night.
Illinois gets a big test today, too.
Illinois at Washington. 2-0. Now we're going to really see what kind of team they have. Wes Lunt, he's had a heck
their
of
offense doesn't look bad.
Yeah.
I mean, in a lot of different ways. I mean, they look pretty strong, but boy, that defense. We'll see.
Yeah.
Well, got to score more points.
Hey, I want to give a shout-out to the guys there at Grau Chevrolet. Hooked me up, bought Bryson a car yesterday. Old Scott Renfro over there took care of me.
Good looking little
Give
vehicle
him a little
for
plug.
a first call.
Oh, yeah, excellent car. If you need a used vehicle, man, they do it right there. They put it through the shop and everything to make sure
vehicles.
it's fit. So
this beautiful Suburban.
And boy, they had a brand new Corvette in there.
You about did it for Bryson?
Oh boy, I took a picture of it and said, "Here, Bryson, here's your new car."
Here's your new car.
He looked at it like, "You're joking, right?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Trade yours in and get it.
Oh boy.
Trade that truck in.
There's no trading my truck in. It's just like giving it away.
They'd charge him for haul-off fees.
If I could get $50 out of that thing, I'd probably take it. Hey, it gets me to work, and that's all I can ask.
You look good in a vet.
I would. I'd just be hard to get in and out of.
I think you'd
go for long rides.
Yeah.
All right, well, guys, we're out of time. Good show today. A little heated discussion on some issues around the NFL. That's what we like. Callers call in. You don't always have to take our opinion. There's other opinions out there.
And the regular sophomores are out there at 10 a.m. Get out and see them.
And
Monday night, 6 o'clock, the freshmen will be playing.
Half chicken or quarter chicken. I mean, there's a whole bunch of different options you can go with.
Yeah, Lincoln Youth Football, all the grades are in Jacksonville today playing over there.
Yep.
Be sure to check us out on Comcast Channel 5 or online at WLCNonline.com. You can catch all of our shows. And as always, like to thank Hampton Inn for the pastries and the coffee.
Yeah.
Next week we'll be at Joe's Construction. Joe Ryan Country Financial Construction of the historic
Joe,
downtown
you need to
Lincoln.
get us hard hats for that.
I got a couple.
We're going to be dressed up for it.
Yeah.
Suspenders,
overalls.
hard hats. Yeah, there you go.
Be awesome. Good times.
If they left any equipment around down there, we're going to start it up and run it too.
Oh, heck yeah.
If there's a backhoe, I'm on that. We're going to dig some
I
stuff
want one of
up.
them little mini excavators things. That'd be awesome.
You got
Do an
that
ice bucket
Kubota.
track.
There's probably attachment for that.
There is. It's a little more I can afford. I'm not Joe Ryan.
Oh, quit. I haven't heard of a thing you can't afford yet.
Hey, we're having a fancy football draft at Logan Lanes at 1 o'clock. If you want in, come on out. We'll get you signed up. We got a few spots left. You're going to win a TV from P&M or a something
Some
here
from
at Jake's.
Furnishings and weekly prizes.
Weekly
probably
prize of
thrown out
a
there as
pizza,
well.
yeah. Top weekly winner in points win a pizza from Stuffteria. Knights Action Park, we're out of those tickets, and they're closed up. You don't want to swim this time of year anyway.
There's only 10 teams in there. There's a lot of good players.
Well, we don't have 10 teams yet. It could be we have 6 teams.
Oh, boy.
And your roster's going to be loaded.
Loaded. And at any point, you can drop some players and have plenty of players to pick up.
So we'll see. I'd like to get at least 10 teams. That'd be awesome. It's a good time to sit around, draft a team, drink some cold beverages. So we're out of time.
Look at the time. Joe is on overtime, and Jim will not pay that.
Yes.
Contract says I'm done.
He's already off. All right, thanks for tuning in. You've been in the Cheap Seats on 96.3 FM and streaming live on the web at WLCNonline.com.
Good day.